Take the Texas oil rig explosion on April 21st. The blast was so powerful that residents for miles around braced for an earthquake, feeling the ground buckle beneath their homes. Modern refineries are engineered for extreme safety. They operate under redundant, world-class protocols designed specifically to ensure that even a major mechanical failure doesn't lead to a catastrophic fire. Statistically, failures of this magnitude are rare. Historically, a destructive blast that completely levels a facility happens roughly once every 5 to 6 years. But that baseline has shifted. In just a single month, we have seen massive explosions occurring back-to-back across the globe, a frequency that defies decades of industrial safety data. This spike in destruction is happening while the global energy market is at its most fragile, with crude oil prices soaring and supply chains already strained to their limits. It raises a difficult question. Is this cluster of disasters a sudden, unexplained streak of bad luck, or is the global energy grid facing a coordinated threat at its most vulnerable moment? To map this timeline, on April 3rd, an explosion hits a Russian oil terminal, and a day later, a distillation unit. The pattern reaches India's Vedanta plant, causing 24 deaths. Finally, an Australian refinery fire creates a massive fuel crisis. Next, a massive blast in Romania, followed by a fire at a new Rajasthan refinery. That facility was valued at 80,000 crores and was days away from its inauguration when it was suddenly crippled by fire. When these events cluster across continents in just a few weeks, we encounter a coincidence deficit. The geographic spread and timing suggest that viewing these as a string of isolated accidents may no longer be a sufficient explanation. If these events are intentional, it points to a specific strategic choice. Why target the refineries instead of the oil fields? The reason is simple engineering. Raw crude oil is functionally useless to consumers. You cannot put it into a car, truck, or a plane. Making energy usable requires these distillation columns. They act as the heart of a country's economy, converting raw materials into the petrol and diesel that keep a nation moving. Attacking a cargo ship or a raw supply line is a temporary setback. The supply can usually be rerouted or replaced from another source. Destroying a refinery creates physical paralysis. It leaves a nation sitting on a useless stockpile of crude it no longer has the capacity to refine. The precision of these events points to a sophisticated understanding of industrial bottlenecks. By targeting these facilities, an actor triggers a massive economic impact with a single, localized event. This sequence of events suggests that energy security is becoming more than just a matter of market prices and trade agreements. We are seeing that the physical infrastructure used to process our energy is increasingly caught in the middle of broader international tensions. The consequences of a single successful spark at a refinery are massive, costing thousands of crores and potentially halting a nation's transportation grid overnight. For many countries, this means a shift in perspective. Energy projects can no longer be managed as purely commercial assets. They must be defended as high-risk infrastructure. This requires more than just fences. It demands proactive anti-sabotage inspections and heightened security perimeters around every major energy facility to ensure they remain operational. Identifying the coincidence deficit is only the first step. In an environment where these facilities are increasingly vulnerable, active defense is a basic requirement for maintaining economic stability.